Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so glad that you are all here with us to share the 5th anniversary of the Center for Women in Law, the premier institution for the advancement of women lawyers at every stage of their careers, from the first-year law student to the most senior among us. I'm Linda Broocks, and along with my co-chair, Julie Hardin, and our very hard-working committee, we have put together a program we think you're going to love. I want to thank the rest of our committee and acknowledge them first. Those of you who are here, one of our committee members got sick this morning and could not come, but I would like for the others to stand up as I say your names. Hilda Galvan, Michelle Goolsby, Marcy Greer, Linda Hunsaker, Meredith Maurer, Jennifer Spencer cannot be here, and last but not least, Center staff member Abby Hemphill, who is amazing. You got to stand up. We could not have put this together without Abby. And I thank you all for your tireless efforts and all of your devotion to the center. And of course, we want to especially thank our table sponsors. All of your names are prominently displayed in our program, on our banner, in our slideshow. You have overwhelmed us with your generosity, and we are so grateful to you. Thank you, thank you.
We also want to thank Ward Farnsworth, the Dean of the University of Texas School of Law. The Dean has been such an incredible supporter of the center, and we consider him one of our biggest fans. Dean, if I can encourage you to come up to the stage and share a few comments with the audience.
Thanks, everybody. I'll be very brief because I know you're not here to hear me, but I just want you to know what an incredible privilege we regarded at the law school to be able to host the Center for Women in Law. It's a magnificent institution. To look around this room is incredible. To think about going from zero to what my daughter would, I think, describe as the greatest, most talented gathering in the history of ever is absolutely astonishing. And I finally just want to make sure I say that for me, one of the great pleasures of my job is the great people I get to work with, and there's nobody greater, more energetic, and more impressive than Linda Chanow. Thanks, Linda.
The Dean has been such a great supporter of the center being part of the law school, but he's also been a great supporter of our hope that the organization has national impact and national recognition. And thank you, Dean. We really appreciate all you do. We also want to recognize, we have a lot of public officials and judges in the audience, and so please stand when I call your name, and thank you for being here. Justice Jeff Brown, Justice Eva Guzman, Justice Deborah Lehrman, Justice Dori Garza, Chief Justice Adele Hedges, Mayor Pro Tem Cheryl Cole, Chief Justice Marilyn Abusi, Justice Diane Henson, Ambassador Karen Hughes, Judge Michaela Alvarez, Judge Joe Cox, Janice Longoria, the chairman of the Court Commission, for the Port of Houston, Rhonda Safety, Vice Chancellor for External Relations, Graciela Figueroa, wife of the Chancellor, and John Massey, President of the UT Law School Foundation. Thank you to all of you for being here. Now, critically important to our afternoon is that we hope there are many of you who are out there tweeting. And so because we know your afternoon will be full of tweets, we wanted to make sure that you knew our tagline or hashtag. And so our hashtag is CWIL for Center for Women in Law, 5, the number, years. So CWIL, 5 years. So please, tweet your hearts away this afternoon, and thank you.
And of even greater importance to the continued vitality and importance and success of the center has been our ability to attract our executive director, Linda Chanow. Linda has got nationwide fame, really, for the work that she has done on gender equity issues. She is a frequent writer and speaker on a variety of issues that are important to women lawyers, like attorney retention, attorney advancement, partner compensation. She had recently co-chaired the American Bar Association Toolkit on Gender Equity and Partner Compensation. She is a liaison to the ABA Commission for Women in the Profession. And in addition to all of this, she takes the time to mentor law students at the University of Texas and is currently teaching a course there. We were lucky enough to lure her away from the University of California Hastings Law School project on attorney retention. We are so proud and pleased to introduce Linda Chanow, who will tell you more about the work of the center.
Thank you, Linda, and thank you, Julie, and all the members of the Planning Committee that made today possible. And again, Abby Hempfield for her role in bringing about this tremendous day we're having today. It's a tremendous pleasure to be part of this exciting endeavor. I remember, 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago, when Kathy Lambelet called me and said, might you be interested in coming down to Austin and leading this center? And at first I was really hesitant. Right? It involved moving my entire family from a place where we've lived for the last 15 years and moving from a job that I absolutely loved and where I was having an impact on women in the profession. But then I came down, and at the encouragement of my husband, I have to give him a nod here, I came down, he said, just go meet with him. And so I came down and I met with Kathy and Linda Addison and Nina Cortell, Lauren Prescott and Martha Smiley. And I knew great things were going to happen here. After that meeting, I called my husband and I said, game on. And I knew right then that if anyone could get us closer to parity, it was these Texas women. And I was right. But as been said earlier, we're broader than any just one school. We're lucky to be housed at the UT Law School, but we are also broader than that. And we have several members of our founders and several members of our executive committee that are from different schools. And that is a joy. It's a joy to bring all of these amazing women, the founders, the leaders, and all of you back to the law school as role models and mentors for the students. It's one of the great benefits of our work to have such distinguished alums and distinguished friends of the center that come in and speak to students and participate in our programs. We want all women lawyers to succeed, and it takes lawyers everywhere to get that done. So I'm going to take a minute, we're going to watch a video, and you can see a little bit of the work that we're doing at the center. Thank you.
5 years ago, a group of women lawyers founded the Center for Women in Law at the University of Texas School of Law in order to make a meaningful difference in the lives of the women who followed them, both by providing tools to navigate individual careers and by achieving permanent and significant change in the profession itself.
The Center is a remarkable organization because it was conceived by women, founded by women, funded by women. Its strategy and vision is directed by women.
When we were thinking about what to do and how to form the center, we did research. And we looked around to see, was there something like the center that we were envisioning that would be a gathering place for women to meet, to exchange ideas, to develop programs, and enhance pathways for other women lawyers. We found that there was nothing like that in the country.
The Center's Women's Power Summit on Law and Leadership is one of the most significant gatherings of women lawyers in the country. Held biennially, the Women's Power Summit provides a rare opportunity for leaders, general counsel, judges, government officials, law firm managing partners, law school deans, and bar presidents to engage in sophisticated programming and at the same time hold a serious dialogue on issues of vital importance to women lawyers.
There are very few places that I find myself in the same room with as many women of accomplishment as we're able to assemble at these events.
The Austin Summit was a truly extraordinary experience, one that elevates the dialogue so much from anything I've previously experienced.
The Center created and administered Consortium for Advancing Women Lawyers gives member organizations a variety of means to communicate and work together in order to leverage efforts and use resources efficiently.
Gathering the people who are thinking about these issues on a daily basis in a room together to make sure that that conversation continues to move forward. To really address these issues, that the numbers haven't changed for 20 years. So what does that mean? How can we work together?
The Consortium for Advancing Women Lawyers is a unique setting for generating ideas for innovative research and special projects about women in the law.
At the 2009 Women's Power Summit, the country's female lawyers generated and exchanged ideas and field-tested solutions, culminating in the Austin Manifesto, which calls for specific, concrete steps to tackle obstacles facing women in the profession today. In addition, center publications and speeches bring new thinking and ideas to the profession while highlighting barriers women still face. Since its launch in 2009, the Center has become a nationally recognized and effective voice in advancing women in the profession. Recently, the Center highlighted significant research by Harvard professor Mahzarin Banaji on the science of unconscious bias by well-meaning people.
Implicit biases are really just bits of knowledge that we have picked up from our experience. And they can be seen as having become habits of thought, things that are just so well practiced that it's impossible for us to not do them.
The Center provides cutting-edge, focused educational programs that serve women in all stages of their careers, from first-year law students to the most experienced and accomplished attorneys. With the goal of increasing the number of women in the pipeline to general counsel, the Center offers coaching for in-house lawyers. The coaching groups include 6 face-to-face group coaching sessions led by Center founder Catherine Lambelet, retired general counsel of Shell Oil.
During the course of the 6 months, I experienced a true paradigm shift in the way that I think about my ability to be successful. I now understand what it means to take control of my career.
The in-house coaching program was a true game changer for my career. I learned how much deliberate actions can shape one's career path.
The Women in Law Institute is a prominent example of the Center's unique programs. Formerly the Leadership Boot Camp, the Institute is an all-day, intensive workshop for students and law clerks.
You must be able to make sure that people understand the value you add. And for some of us, that seems to be very difficult. And I can tell you today, the self-promotion seminar will be the one where we have the most impact.
Having the ability to practice after each session was what really made the boot camp stand out from other leadership development and networking events I've been to.
It was really interesting to learn and to see how hard it was to promote myself. I think that's something a lot of women have problems with.
I think the most valuable thing I learned was about effective communication and how to speak with partners and how to be concise when I talk. I think it's going to be really helpful this summer when I'm at these law firms and I have to make presentations about research.
It was amazing to see the transformation, the confidence that was built, the understanding of why these things are important.
Since 2009, the Center has trained more than 500 students and engaged 200 practitioners as coaches.
I have to say, looking back now, 5 years later, I could not be more excited about the great progress the Center has made, and it has touched more lives, I think, in all candor than we could have possibly envisioned when we began our journey.
On behalf of the Center for Women in Law, the women it has impacted, and the profession, thank you. Your generous support is helping to open opportunity in the profession to all people.
It's so amazing when we look back. I mean, we've accomplished a lot. And all of what we've accomplished would not be possible without the support of our founding members who had the vision to create this center out of thin air, and then the willingness to put their personal resources behind the center. So if we could take a minute and have all the founding members stand, please, so that we can thank them for their contribution to the profession. We started with 7 founding members, and we now have 50 founding members. 50 women who have committed significant time, resources, and energy to making the profession better, not just for women, but for everyone in the profession. We also now have a growing group of leaders who we'll recognize later today. So welcome to our leaders. We're so excited to have you here, and we look forward to recognizing you at the end later in the program. All of us in this room have benefited from the women who've come before us. And a little later in the program, we'll have the opportunity to thank those women. And we all know who those women are who have supported us in our careers and in our lives. We want to just say, I want to end my remarks with saying that this room, the works that we're doing, is a testament to what women can do if we put our mind to it. If we put our resources to it and we work together, we can accomplish anything. So thank you all. We're going to take a minute. We're going to take a break now. I'm going to let you to enjoy your food, and we'll be back shortly with our presentation of the inaugural Hortense Award, Courageous Leader Award. Thank you.